On the bank of that vast and majestic river, symbolizing the incessant flow of life in its fullness and diversity, I walked calmly among you, feeling the vibrant pulse of each heart and the whisper of creation in every breeze. With every step, my heart, brimming with immeasurable love, poured out in words, building a solid and unbreakable bridge between heaven and earth. These words, imbued with a divine force, echoed like the melody of eternity, a song of love, hope, and faith, resonating in the depths of the soul. Gazing deeply into your eyes, I witnessed the reflection of your relentless pursuit of something greater, a purpose that transcends human understanding, a connection with the divine that gives meaning to existence. Every word I uttered, infused with transformative power, was like a seed cast into fertile soil, destined not only to sprout, but to grow robust and flourish in the secret garden of your being, revealing the beauty and strength that reside at the core of each one. I remind you of the parable of the sower, where some seeds fall by the wayside, others on rocky ground, others among thorns, and some on good soil, where they produce a bountiful harvest. So are my words among you, seeds seeking the fertile ground of the open heart, willing to receive, nurture, and make flourish the divine truth in its fullness. Each encounter, each sharing, is a divine opportunity to rekindle the flame of hope, strengthen faith, and inspire love that surpasses all barriers. Like the river that flows incessantly, so is divine love, always present, always generous, always seeking to reach and envelop every soul on its journey. May each of my words serve as a reminder of your immeasurable value in the eyes of the Creator, of your ability to overcome challenges and transform realities. May they be like fresh water that quenches the thirst of the Spirit, like light that dispels the shadows of doubt and fear, guiding your steps on the path that leads to true peace and eternal happiness. Thus, as we walk together on this journey, I leave you with an invitation to reflection. What are your souls truly seeking? What soil are you preparing to receive the seeds of the divine? Remember that just as the gardener cares for his plants with love and dedication, so too does your inner being require attention, care, and spiritual nourishment, so that the seed of faith, hope, and love may flourish fully. Always be open to receive, to grow, and to share the fruit of divine love that resides within each of you. May your lives be like rushing rivers, overflowing with kindness, compassion, and love, irrigating the world around you and transforming it into a garden where the beauty of the Spirit may flourish in its fullest expression. Through the parables, those stories simple in form yet immeasurably profound in meaning, I reveal to you the essential pillars of compassion, forgiveness, and the true spiritual journey. Each story served as a mirror reflecting not only human dilemmas and challenges, but also illuminating the path to the recognition of the divine light that dwells within the depths of each being. These narratives were solemn invitations for each one to delve into the depths of their own being, navigating the sometimes turbulent waters of the soul in search of the true essence that resides at their core. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God, an eternal promise that resonates through the ages, highlighting the immeasurable importance of purity and love as master keys to unlocking the door to communion with the divine. This blessedness, drawn from the most eloquent Sermon on the Mount, serves as a beacon of hope, guiding hearts through the mists of doubt and despair toward the light of understanding and union with the Almighty. These parables and teachings were not mere words. They were seeds of transformation, destined to flourish within you, revealing the power of unconditional love, boundless mercy, and the tireless pursuit of truth. Each story, each metaphor, was a step on the celestial ladder that leads to self-illumination and spiritual awakening, encouraging everyone to look within, to discover the immense beauty and divine light that reside there. The purity of heart, so emphatically exalted, is not merely an absence of malice, but a vibrant presence of genuine love, compassion for all beings, and a burning desire to see and experience the world through the eyes of the Creator. It is in the silence of the purified heart that the gentle voice of the divine is heard, calling each one by name, inviting them into a deeper and more intimate relationship with Him. On this path of spiritual seeking, I invite you to consider, how can we cultivate this purity of heart in our daily lives? How can we forgive not only others but also ourselves, freeing ourselves from the chains of resentment and guilt? And how can we more fully open ourselves to the flow of divine compassion, allowing it to shape our actions, our words, and our thoughts? May each of you be like the sower in the parable, spreading the seeds of love, compassion, and truth in all soils, trusting that in due time they will sprout, grow, and produce an abundant harvest. May the journey to purity of heart be marked by joyful discoveries, by a love that transcends understanding, and by a faith that illuminates even the darkest corners of existence. Thus, may your spiritual quest be a continuous journey of returning to your divine essence, where, in the silence and peace of the purified heart, you may truly see God, not just as a distant celestial observer, but as the loving presence that permeates every aspect of your life, guiding, protecting, and blessing every step of the way. The miracles that unfolded before your eyes, from miraculous healings to sublime acts of unconditional love, were not mere feats of personal power, but true manifestations of the divine power of the Father, acting through my presence among you. These wonderful signs were palpable evidence that faith, even as small as a mustard seed, possesses the immeasurable strength to move mountains, to alter the most challenging circumstances, and to transform the course of life. Every act of healing, every word of comfort, every gesture of compassion was a vibrant testimony to God's unconditional love, a resounding invitation for all to believe not only in my mission, but also in the latent power that resides in each when truly anchored in faith. This power, inherent in every being, awaits only the awakening of faith to manifest in its fullness, transforming the reality around. When I speak of moving mountains, I do not refer only to external changes, but above all to internal ones, to the ability to overcome internal barriers of fear, doubt, and insecurity, paving the way for a state of being where divine love flows freely. In witnessing the miracles, it was my hope that each heart would open to the possibility that within them resides a spark of the divine, capable of effecting transformations as profound as those witnessed. May each of you look beyond the miracle itself and see the deeper message, that faith in God and connection with divine love are the master keys to unlocking the spiritual potential inherent in every soul. Therefore, may the memory of these miracles serve not only as a testimony of the past, but as a continuous inspiration, a call for each to explore the depth of their own faith and discover the transformative strength it can unleash. May every gesture of love, every act of faith, be living reminders that you are not alone, that the Heavenly Father is always present, operating through you and with you in every moment of your lives. So I encourage you to reflect on the nature of your faith. Is it strong enough to move the mountains in your life? Are you ready to allow God's unconditional love to flow through you, transforming not only your own life, but also those around you? Remember, true faith is accompanied by actions. It motivates us to act with love, compassion, and courage, regardless of the circumstances. May the example of the miracles performed inspire each of you to live a life marked by meaningful acts of faith, where each day is a new opportunity to witness divine love in action, to be a channel through which God's miracles can manifest in the world. In every moment of doubt, may the memory of these miracles reignite in your hearts the flame of faith, reminding you of the immeasurable power that resides in complete trust in divine love and providence. Although the light shines brightly, it is inevitable that, along its path, it encounters resistance in the form of shadows. This reality was clearly manifested in my journey, where I was confronted by various authorities and prevailing social structures. My message, centered on the principles of equality, justice, and unconditional love for others, represented a direct challenge to the foundations of established power, shaking the rigid structures of a society marked by inequalities and injustices. The commandment to love your neighbor as yourself, as taught in Mark 12:31, is a seemingly simple truth, yet endowed with a revolutionary capacity to sow profound transformation in the foundations of society. This truth, though simple in its words, carries with it the potential to redefine human relationships, promoting a world where empathy, understanding, and mutual care become the foundation of all interactions. By challenging established norms and questioning exclusionary practices, my preaching sought to illuminate paths toward a more just and equitable society, where love for others would not merely be an ideal, but a reality experienced by all. This fundamental teaching, so confrontational, directly challenged the interests of those who benefited from existing power structures, who saw in the spread of a message of equality and love a danger to the maintenance of their dominion. But at the same time, it offered everyone a vision of hope, a path to building a community based on mutual respect, compassion, and justice. The resistance encountered, far from discouraging, served to strengthen the message I brought, demonstrating that light, even in the face of the densest shadows, has the necessary strength to prevail. Each challenge faced was an opportunity to reaffirm the importance of perseverance in the struggle for a more just and loving world, showing that real change begins in the heart of each individual, in the decision to live according to the principles of divine love. In this context, the invitation to love your neighbor as yourself transcends mere moral guidance. It is a call to action, to live in a way that every thought, word, and deed reflects this unconditional love. This commandment is the key that can unlock individual and collective transformation, leading humanity to a state of greater harmony and mutual understanding. So, as we journey together, I invite each of you to reflect on how you can incorporate this teaching into your daily lives. How can we, through our actions, contribute to the construction of a society that truly mirrors the values of equality, justice, and love? May each step we take be guided by the light of this love, overcoming the shadows of resistance and difference, and moving toward a future where true justice and equality can flourish for all. In the face of the veil of injustice that descended upon me, at the height of a trial devoid of fairness, I preserved my dignity and faith intact, sustaining them as beacons amidst the darkness of incomprehension and betrayal. In moments where anguish and pain could easily shake the firmest of spirits, I chose the path of forgiveness. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Luke 23:34. I uttered, in a profound demonstration, that love and forgiveness transcend the barriers of injustice and pain, revealing themselves as more potent and transformative than any act of malice or suffering. These words, spoken in a moment of extreme trial, not only expressed a plea for divine mercy toward those inflicting pain upon me, but also served as an eternal lesson about the strength of forgiveness. In this act of unconditional love was contained the lesson that even in the most adverse circumstances, where injustice seems to prevail, the choice for forgiveness unleashes a force capable of healing, of rebuilding broken bridges, and of restoring hope in hearts hardened by resentment. This gesture of forgiveness, in the face of the greatest betrayals and the pinnacle of pain, is a testament to the unshakable power of divine love, which knows no bounds, does not yield to adversity, and is not overcome by despair. It exemplifies the profound truth that, in the heart of forgiveness, lies the key to liberation, not only for the other, but primarily for oneself, from the prison of resentment and bitterness. By choosing to forgive, even when surrounded by voices clamoring for justice according to human standards, I showed that true power lies in the ability to look beyond pain and suffering, recognizing the humanity and fallibility in each being. This decision was not a sign of weakness, but an affirmation of the strength and sovereignty of love that chooses to see beyond appearances, that seeks to heal rather than harm, that offers the other cheek instead of retaliating. Thus, I invite each of you to reflect on the magnitude of forgiveness. In your own lives, where can forgiveness be the balm that heals old wounds? How can you, following this example, transform moments of pain and betrayal into opportunities to manifest the purest and deepest love? May each act of forgiveness be a cornerstone in the construction of a world where love prevails over all forms of injustice and pain. May the example of forgiveness on the cross inspire each of you to cultivate a forgiving heart, not by ignoring justice, but by understanding that true justice is permeated by love and compassion. May this understanding guide you in every interaction, in every challenge, strengthening your souls and illuminating the paths with the unquenchable light of forgiveness and divine love. My death on the cross, though marked by unimaginable depths of suffering, transcended the pain itself to become an act of supreme love, an unconditional gesture that built a solid bridge between the human and the divine. This sublime sacrifice opened a new and living path to redemption, offering each soul the possibility of reunion with the Father through grace and unconditional love. But it is crucial to remember that the narrative did not end at the cross. Death was not the period. My resurrection, occurring 3 days later, stands as an eternal monument to the victory of love over death, to the permanence of hope, and to the transformative power of faith. This paschal mystery, the passage from death to life, is not just a historical event. It is a living truth that resonates in every heart, offering light in times of darkness, comfort in times of despair, and strength in moments of weakness. The resurrection is the incontrovertible evidence that no suffering is in vain, that no night is so dark as not to be followed by dawn, and that love, in its purest essence, holds the key to eternity. Therefore, may the remembrance of my resurrection serve as a beacon of hope, reaffirming the promise that life, in its fullness, triumphs over death. May this sublime event inspire each of you to live with unwavering faith, knowing that even in the face of the most arduous challenges and the most painful losses, there is a greater force that sustains us, renews us, and leads us beyond human limitations. May the certainty of the resurrection strengthen your faith in the continuous presence of the divine in your lives, encouraging you to always act with love, to keep hope alive in your hearts, and to embrace the opportunities for transformation that faith offers. Be assured that, just as death on the cross was transmuted into a resplendent victory, so too can the moments of difficulty in your lives be transformed into opportunities to grow, to love more deeply, and to witness the living presence of divine love in the world. In every step, in every decision, may the memory of my resurrection inspire you to transcend the limitations imposed by pain and suffering, to seek the constant renewal of the Spirit, and to walk with confidence in the light of faith, knowing that love, in its truest and most powerful expression, is the force that conquers death, that keeps hope alive, and that incessantly transforms reality around us. Thus, I invite each one to live with the certainty that the resurrection is more than a promise. It is a present reality that motivates us to move forward, to live fully, to love without measure, and to believe that, in the end, it is love that redeems us, renews us, and unites us eternally with the heart of the divine. Although my physical presence has ascended, leaving behind earthly limitations, my spirit and the teachings I shared traverse time, continuing to be an inexhaustible source of inspiration for acts of kindness, love, and compassion. In every act of genuine kindness, in every word that brings comfort and hope, my presence is a palpable reality, a whisper of encouragement in the heart of humanity. It is in these moments of love in action that I am most present, living in every gesture of love for others, in every act of selflessness and service. The invitation I extend to you to follow in my footsteps is not merely a call to external imitation, but a profound invitation to cultivate faith, hope, and love in the garden of your own soul. Finding peace and salvation through love is the most sublime journey, a path that leads to the heart of the divine, where love is not just an emotion, but the essence of existence itself. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew 28:20 is a promise that transcends the barrier of time, a commitment of eternity, ensuring that, regardless of circumstances, you will never be alone. This promise is a beacon of hope, a constant reminder that even in the moments of greatest loneliness or challenge, you are enveloped in a love that knows no end, guided and supported by a presence that will never abandon you. Living each day under the light of this promise is to embrace life with an open heart, ready to give and receive love in its manifold forms. It is to recognize that in every challenge, there is an opportunity to grow, to strengthen in faith, and to draw even closer to the divine. It is to know that in every encounter, in every sharing, the divine presence manifests, uniting hearts and weaving bonds of solidarity and love. Therefore, I invite you to open yourself to this reality, to allow faith, hope, and love to guide your steps, transforming your life into a living testimony of the eternal values I have shared. May the certainty of my eternal presence be the light that illuminates your path, the strength that sustains your journey, and the love that fills every void, guiding you always toward true peace and salvation that spring from the heart of infinite love. Thus, live each day with the assurance that you are upheld, guided, and infinitely loved, knowing that in every step, in every decision, you are invited to participate in the great work of love being written in the history of humanity, one page at a time, with the ink of compassion, service, and unconditional love. I invite you to join our community of hearts and minds in search of inspiration, love, and light by subscribing to the channel. This simple act represents much more than just a gesture. It is a step toward a shared journey of spiritual growth and discovery. By sharing this video, you contribute to spreading a message of hope and compassion, extending its reach to touch the lives of many others. Leaving your like is a form of support that reverberates beyond the digital realm, showing that faith, love, and kindness still have a place in our world. Furthermore, I encourage you to leave a comment sharing your reflections, experiences, or moments of spiritual connection. This space is an open invitation for you to express your inner light and share the strength of your faith with others. Every comment, like, and share becomes a bridge of light, uniting us in a greater purpose. By subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting, you become an active part of this chain of love and hope, helping to build a more compassionate and enlightened world, one heart at a time.